Hey everyone, welcome to Willow's Whimsy. It's been a minute again. I apologize. There's different things going on and nothing bad. I'm overwhelmed by all the good, actually, and impatient for my goals to be met, even though we're in February and this year's sort of vision list, if you will, list of goals, right, won't end until the end of December. And some things may or may not change up. So let me just go into how things are. So financially, no miracles or anything like that, but I continue to make the payments for the payment arrangement that I made on what I call the big kahuna debt. It's going to take quite a while to pay off, 14 months, but I'm hoping I can throw extra at it somewhere in all of this so that that really will be done in December. So that's going good. I don't remember if I told you, I know the last video I did, the last vision list, I talked about how I applied for a credit card and got approved, shockingly. I have the whopping $300 limit. That's probably good. I have maintained control though, and what upsets me is it hasn't shown up. None of this has shown up on my credit report yet, except for one of the payments towards the big kahuna debt. And I'm like, man, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Yeah. I looked that up, and usually it can actually take anywhere from 1 to about 4 months for a credit card to show up. You have to build enough like credit, like whatever you're doing, activity, right, for it to be reported. So that'll come. My credit limit does weird things. It dips, then it goes back up. Like, and I'm still in the poor rating. I would anticipate once the credit card is on my report and they see me using it and making payments on time and all of that, that my credit rating will go up, and I'll let you know. So what I'm doing with my credit card, I think I already talked about before I got it, how I was going to use it. And I'm sticking to that. So I get gas with it because anything that's in the budget, okay? And I don't have a set budget right now because everything's precarious. So I make a budget when I know my paycheck is coming. You know, I sit down the night before or 2 nights before and I write out the budget based on what's anticipated for that pay period, you know, that period of time until I get paid again. And so I budget for things, obviously, bills. You know, I don't use the credit card for any bills, but gas, groceries. If I know I'm going to make a purchase of something and I've put it into the budget, something special for whatever reason, I'll use the credit card for that too. So it shows up on the credit card right away, and then but it's in a pending bucket. It's kind of like a debit card. And then it takes a day or two to post. Once it posts and it's no longer in pending status, I make a payment. And what I find so funny is that here I am with this horrible credit history, a lifetime of horrible credit history and irresponsible spending, and they give me this credit card. And I did sign up. So on the 15th of each month, if there's a balance, they will take out the minimum payment. And I did that because I want that in place in case I do screw up. Like, at least I'm making that minimum payment. Now, hopefully we'll never get there, but every time, so once it posts, I make a payment. I pay it off. And the funny thing is, it'll say, you have a minimum payment arrangement already set. Nothing is due at this time. Do you really wish to make a payment now? It's like, yeah, you want my money. You want that interest. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And I always say, yes, I do want to make the payment. So that's wonderful. And I have never made one. So one of the things with credit, just so you know, in case you don't, because this is for folks who are going through what I'm going through. Some of you are going to watch this and be like, duh. Well, that's fine, but I never knew. So if you have a credit card limit, right, and say like mine's 300, but it could be 1,000. You know, I had a work credit card that had a $40,000 limit on it one time. And I behaved, but at any rate, so what was I going to say? Oh, right. So regardless of what your limit is, it actually affects your credit to the negative if like you're maxed out, if you've hit your limit. Credit reporting happens at different times during the month with credit cards, and you have to kind of find out when I'm not sure. My roommate explained it to me, like when the credit card is gonna like do its reporting to the credit companies, and if you're maxed out at that time, even if you pay it off the next day, okay, your credit's gonna take a hit. It's gonna go down because you're so close to your limit or you're at your limit. That is looked on without favor. And so you want to figure that out, because it's okay to use your credit card for big ass purchases. It's okay to max it out if you're gonna pay it right off, but you gotta be clever about it and figure out what time of the month is the best to do this. And honestly, probably the best time is right after your payment is due. So like my payment is due on the 15th of each month. So if I'm gonna make big ass purchases, I'm gonna wanna do it, you know, within a 5-day time frame of when my last payment was due. So that's one of the things that can help, because then you won't take that dip. It's all timing, you know? And the thing is too, if you do like max out and the reporting hits at that time and your credit takes a dip, it's not gonna take a dip that will bring you down into a poor credit rating again. And it'll go back up because you're going to pay it off, you know? So it's just to know like how this works and not to get frustrated. If you're making an effort like I am, there's just a lot to know about this stuff. And I would recommend just, you know, Googling how to build good credit. I have the Credit Karma app. It's free. Now you can pay for a premium thing. I don't do it, but it tells you your credit rating. It's pretty accurate. It's pretty up to date. It shows you, you know, if you have bad credit, like, or accounts and collections, or it shows you all of those. Now, so creditors don't always report to each credit union or whatever, credit company, credit reporting company. So it is good to check all of them. I think the main ones are like Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And so at least check those. They're different on all of mine. So I went into a whole thing where I shared my credit rating, and I don't want to do that. And it's not because I don't trust people, but it's because I don't trust people. It's not the kind of thing I need to blah, 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 blah. But basically what I was going to say is each credit reporting company is different. And each credit company or each creditor may report to all of them or one of them. So it's going to be different. You're going to have different numbers on each one. Don't worry about that. Assume that your credit falls safely somewhere, you know, as an average of that. And so yeah, so that's good. I expected some extra income this month, and part of that has come. And so then the question is, okay, do you spend this on your debts or do you get some things? And I'm going to get some things. I'm going to put some of it in savings, and then I'm going to get 2 big monitors, my new laptop, and hopefully I will have enough left over to get the wrapping system that I want for my products. And that'll be it. That'll be it. And then I'll be saving. The next thing is going to be a new camera, video camera, or just, you know, I want to get something that's made specifically for shooting these kind of videos, but also for vlogging that I can take with me. I really want to be more interactive and bring you guys kind of literally on the journey with me, and not just put out these videos where I'm talking. I feel like what I'm saying is important, but I also know I talk a lot, and sometimes I talk really fast, and I have ADHD, so I digress and I go back and I get lost. It can be hard to follow me. So I did not make bath bombs for Valentine's. That's on me. That was getting overwhelmed and letting myself get overwhelmed. And we'll talk about that in Neecie's journey to better health. So I'm gonna sign out. Things are going really, really well, you guys. And you know, if I can do this once a week, I'll do it once a week. But for sure, I promise, I'll come back in 2 weeks and do another update, and I'll let you know if I made those purchases. I'll let you know if anything's changed with, you know, my credit rating, with my debt, whatever. I will let you know. And we'll just go from there. So thank you so much for tuning in, for listening to the changes that I'm trying to make, and being a part of this journey with me. I am building my village. I'm going to do a video on that actually this week. So take good care, and I will see you next time. Bye.